don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We were having a little bit of technical difficulty, and then I literally, right as I'm going live, I'm like being threatened. We're gonna sue you because you released public records. We're gonna talk to an attorney and sue you. God. What a day, man. What a day. What a day. What a day. What a day. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, this is the episode that you want to watch if you're into some Muncie craziness. Sorry, my hair's all crazy. We were out in the rain. It messed up my the hair gel that I use when I gel it like real like tight over. It is it's that what's it called? Sexy bedhead or bedhead sexy, well, something like that. It's blue. And if you don't get it rubbed in really good when it comes out and smash it over, what will happen is, like, if I'm out in the rain, some of it will start like leaking down my head. I look like America's mayor. What's that? Rudy Giuliani. We were literally out looking at a house today and standing and talking to a gentleman who's showing the house. And we're like in the pouring rain, and I'm starting to leak blue fluid like Rudy Giuliani. Good Lord. And then my phone was going crazy because the city of Muncie fire department has decided to get a little freaky deaky. So that's been going on. Everybody's been blowing me up. I've been getting blown up over the Grant County stuff. There's some actual good stuff happening in Grant County. There's some good stuff happening down in Henry County. There's some good stuff happening. There's some crazy things happening at the state level. But today, ladies and gentlemen, is strictly a Muncie show. So if you're here for it, we're going to rock and roll through it. And I'm going to make fun not of people going through bad times. I'm not going to make fun of victims, but I am absolutely going to make fun of fools who believe that we shouldn't talk about things like this, or people that think that they're going to sue me because where do these idiots think that I got the documents from? Do they believe that I broke into the Jay County courthouse, chiseled my way down, and lowered my fat ass like a Men in Black or Mission Impossible scene? Like, past all the lasers and security down to get these files? Do they think that these are the only Muncie police officers or firemen that have ever battered their people and strangled people and been on drugs? No, we've got a history of that, man. Like, from sea to shining sea. Relax a little bit. But listen, this is not about the victims. I mean, I hate it for the victims. I hate what's going on for the victims. Yes. I thought my alarm was going off for a second. That's amazing. Yes, that's you know it. But as I've said on here multiple times, look. Right, Stumblefoot. Hey, get in line. Get in line. We don't generally talk about private life things. What's the rule here? We only talk about private life things of public servants when that private life activity crosses into the lane of the public information sphere. And both of these cases have, I don't even know which one of these crazy dingbats is suing me. I don't know who this person is. I'm not going to name this person. Not sure what it is you're referring to, but you'll probably want that episode for your, but you'll probably want that episode for your suit against me. Okay. Well, it's going to be a crazy show, ladies and gentlemen. If you know people from Muncie, if you know people that are concerned about this, you know people that are interested in this, share the show with everyone you know. Please take a moment and smash that like button if you would. If you would smash that like button, it's there. Hey, listen, I'm going to even tell you, if you hate me and you're going to sue me, smash the thumbs down button if you like. I don't know what happens if you do that. Is that still engagement? One video, we ought to do the exact opposite and have, don't do it on this one, but one of these days I'm going to have everybody smash the thumbs down and we'll see what happens. Not this one, but one coming up. If you want information about local, state, and national politics, and you're not subscribed, it does not cost you a penny to subscribe. So hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you get notified when we drop information. We are live 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday at 9 p.m. or somewhere thereafter. If you want to communicate with us, we are very interactive. You can communicate over here on the right-hand side if you're watching live being it's 9:20 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. If you're watching in the future via replay, then you'll need a comment down in the comment section. But we are very interactive. We will try to get with you and talk to you and do all of that. This person that's going to sue me for releasing public records is writing back to me right now. So we're going to see what she's got to say. It's probably how dare you tell that somebody did something stupid. If you want to follow the social medias and see how stupid I can be and what release and what goes on, that's where you find all that information. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so tonight's episode, we're going to be focusing on 3 things. We're going to be focusing on the city of Muncie firefighters wanted. Now, take that how you want to take it. Does that mean the city of Muncie is looking for a few good firefighters? Or does that mean the police are looking for a few bad firefighters from the Muncie Fire Department? And as I always do, I want to say this. I respect fully the men and women that wear the uniform, be it military uniform, be it police uniform, be it firefighter uniform, EMS, EMT, paramedics, that type of stuff. I respect them wholly. And we do have, contrary to popular belief, we do have good men and women on the Muncie Fire Department, on the Muncie Police Department, on the Delaware County Sheriff's Department, the Indiana State Police, and elsewhere. We also do have bad apples. And when we do have bad apples, we need to call them out and to call people's attention to it, make people aware, and then move on down the road. Okay? So there's been 2 really bizarre things. And you know, sure, oh yeah, I respect everybody too. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just saying, there are respectful people in uniform and there are bad people in uniform. It's, listen, it is what it is. So that's going to be the main part of the show. Okay. Then we're going to listen to the Muncie Board of Works meeting. I've not listened to it yet. I'll be watching it with you with virgin eyes and ears. I've been told that something is in there that we will want to pay attention to. So stay tuned to that. And then we will end with Mayor Ridenour's community update. Yay. Okay. So where to start? That's good, David Williams. I can agree with that. I can absolutely agree with that. Now, listen, I even respect some non-respectable people. Just depends. Just depends. That's true. Timing issues. If you're a dirt ball, you're a dirt ball no matter what you do, where you go, who you see, who you know, and everything else that rhymes with all of that. $20 not to play Dan. No. Ooh. That's pretty. That might be worth it. So last night, it was brought to my attention that there had been a situation. I mean, look, we were even on Memorial Day. It was Memorial Day. Like, wait, no, last night wasn't. No, sorry. Last night was just Tuesday. Last night was the first day. Oh, and last night's show was horrible, by the way. We didn't have much going on. So last night I was contacted late and I was told there was some breaking news that I would possibly be interested in concerning the Muncie Fire Department, and that I asked if I wanted this information, and I said sure. So I received a text message that contained no pictures. It just was text, and it said there was a Muncie fireman that had been arrested yesterday for actions that had occurred at the end of last week, and they didn't even know the charges. So I just assumed that it was something that occurred here within the city of Muncie. Okay. So I was like, well, now I got to do a little bit of digging, because that's the only thing I got. So what I did was I had to do some digging. I had to look some stuff up. And so I started running down through sources and going down the rabbit hole, as I do when I normally get something that says something like that. And so I did just that. And I found, in pretty quick order, mind you, that it was a pretty serious situation. Okay. So it wasn't just like a Muncie fireman who had been there, for like a couple days, did something stupid, or maybe a retiring guy got an OWI or something. It was a pretty big deal. I quickly learned that the Muncie Fire Department's EMS chief. Okay. So I just so we're clear, this is a civilian employee. So it's not a Muncie firefighter. They're not part of the union, but this person was a civilian employee of the fire department. However, because of what they do, because of the position they hold, this person will still be until something happens, apparently the third in charge of the department. I mean, you have the fire chief, Burford. You have the deputy chief 9, and then the EMS chief is technically like the third banana. And so that person, from the time that the Muncie Fire Department started, had been Rachel Clark. I had been fairly close with Rachel Clark as her time as EMS chief. I thought she did a great job. There was some high weirdness and strangeness that went on with her, and her leaving City Hall, whether it was on her own, whether she was forced out, whether they hated her, they liked her, they didn't, whatever. A lot going on there. Well, after Rachel Clark's time ended at the helm of the fire department's EMS program, they named, and I was told before it was named that it was going to be Wesley Miller. I heard that, and I'm just going to say it the way I heard it, okay? I was told that Wesley Miller was the mayor's bitch. That was the words that I heard over and over and over and over from people. That he was a kiss ass, that he was an individual that, would run to the mayor and tell the mayor secrets or what, that's just what I heard from people within the fire department, from people outside of the fire department, from people connected, from people within the police department. I just heard that this was someone who knew how to play the political game with the chiefs and with the mayor and all of that. And so this person was named in December of 2022 as the new fire department EMS chief. And it shocked a lot of other people because they thought that there were more qualified people for that role. But it was what it was. So that went, and I'm going to just be really upfront and honest with you. Multiple people came to me and said, there's nothing that can be done about this. It's clear. He's clear. It's all good. This is what it's for. They said that Wesley Miller had issues with substance abuse in the past, up to and including methamphetamine use, and that he had actually had charges relating to the use or possession and or use, maybe dealing, I'm not really sure, of narcotics, controlled substance, and up to and including meth. And that this had been expunged, which means that the police department, they can see that there's this issue on a background, but it doesn't show up for you or I if we're looking into this guy's background or whatever. And so there were people who said, if this would have been somebody else with those same charges, they wouldn't have been hired. They wouldn't, we would have found reasons to not, put this person in charge of the EMS. Now, keep in mind, because those people are around controlled substances per their job. Okay. And the fire department has had a history of having narcotics come up missing. The DEA did an investigation a while back. They arrested an individual. So this is something that you got to be really careful of. So people were kind of concerned, but everyone said, hey, look, this is a city of second chances. And I'm all for that. I'm not saying that somebody that had a rough patch. Look, we all have stupid shit in our past. You know what I mean? Somebody that had a rough patch at some point didn't fall down, make a mistake, get up, dust themselves off, find, their higher power, their higher calling, become, religious or found a purpose or whatever they needed to do in their life. And they got clean and they, are starting act 2 or act 3 or act 4, or act 5. You can always do better. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. No issue, And so I thought we'll just have to see how this goes. And I quickly started hearing from stories from people who were saying, like, he's working all the time, he presses hard, there's questionable things that go on, but nothing seemed too bad. And then in October 23rd of 2023, Wesley Miller was sworn in as the Muncie City Police Department's SWAT medic. So now this man is a civilian employee of the Muncie Fire Department. Okay, so he's a civilian on the Muncie Fire Department, and he's as the EMS chief. But he was sworn in October of 2023, October 23rd of 2023, to be exact, as the SWAT medic for the Muncie City Police Department's SWAT team. And here we see him the day that he was sworn in. And what that means is he's a medic that goes out on call outs for the SWAT team. I guess I don't know if they technically make him a reserve for the police department. So he has like technically quote unquote arrest powers, or if they just run him through the course. I don't know exactly what they do there. I know different things have happened and different people have done different things, and things have changed at various times. So I don't really know what they did with Wesley. I don't know if he was given a gun, but as soon as this happened, I started hearing from people all the time that would tell me this has gone to his head. He now thinks he's a cop. It's no longer about the fire department. It's no longer about being EMS or EMS chief. He's now out all the time training with the police department and doing all of this and riding around with them and just he's running around here. He now believes that he is a no, listen, I know that they give him a gun. I'm aware. I'm a former police officer. I've done call outs with these guys. I'm just saying I don't know if specifically they technically make him a reserve or if he just goes through training for firearms and various aspects of that. See, you could take an individual through a firearms training course with the police department, and that does not make them a police officer in any ability. It just means they went through the firearms training and they've been given a gun. You as a civilian or me as a civilian can go through that course now and have a gun. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. So I guess, and this, I'm in the process of finding this out, if he has in fact been sworn in. And I think so. I think he has. Because he is holding the what he's holding in his hand there is the City of Muncie's official like paper that they have you fill out. He would have one. Firemen would have one of these, but police officers would have one as well. So I think they probably made him a reserve. I'm going there. I'm just saying I can't tell you that 100% just as of right now. Okay. So when this happened, it apparently went to his head, and I've heard the same thing that you hear with a lot of other people in uniform, that this guy was things that we normally don't talk about. He was running around on his wife, yada, yada, yada. They went through a divorce, this and that, the whole other thing, whatever. So move. That's hilarious timing issues. I don't know. I guess it's just whichever one he feels like that day. He's kind of like I'm not even going to say it. Never mind. We won't say it. I was thinking things, but I won't say it. Let me be very clear. This dude is not a cop. This guy is a wannabe, not even a fireman. He's a civilian EMS. He's a turd. Let me be clear there. That's the issue. All right. So I've heard lots of bad things over the course of the last couple of years. However, last night, after I was made aware of this news and I started digging, I quickly found this. State of Indiana versus Wesley B. Miller. This is out of J County, 38 D as in David 01 2505-F6. So that lets me know this is a felony involved. -55 J Superior Court, type felony 6, filed yesterday's date 5/27/25, status pending active, defendant Wesley B. Miller, status state of Indiana has filed the charges, and he's charged with one count of 35-47-2-1.5 level 6 felony residential entry. Okay. And it's really crazy to me that they charged him with this, having read the case, because generally burglary is, you're charged with burglary anytime you break break and enter dwelling to commit a felony. Maybe they're like, he didn't know he was going to commit. I don't know why they didn't hit him with the burglary, but they hit him with the residential entry. It's basically the same, whatever. Okay. And then he went in and he committed domestic battery committed in the presence of a child less than 16 years of age. Now, this is where I'm going to give the warning that I always give this information so you're all aware. Everyone, including police, fire, EMS, drug addicts, prior criminals, everyone out on the street, child molesters, everybody, when they are simply arrested, when they have simply been charged, when they are waiting prosecution, it doesn't know how big, how bad, how small, whatever. If you have not been convicted, you are 1,000% innocent until and unless you are proven or plead guilty. If you're proven by beyond a reasonable doubt in a jury trial or a bench trial, or if you take a plea to a guilty verdict, you are innocent until that time. And I 1,000%, in my opinion, believe that, and I will always say that. That being said, like, for example, the case with Joshua Kimbrell. He walked in, he did it. He admitted it, there was no police involvement. Nothing was going on. He walks into the police and he's like, listen, I've committed X, Y, and Z crimes. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Okay. And yeah, you're right. It is true, Clinton. The issue, however, is we have allowed, the public has skewed it, and we have allowed media to skew it and various things. Okay. Now, I want to be clear. If this man were a banker or whatever, we wouldn't know about this, and right, wrong, or indifferent, we probably wouldn't be talking about it. But because he carries a gun, because he's paid $80,000 as a public servant, this gets talked about. So this that I found, I didn't break in and steal from anywhere. I found it on the website. Anyone can go to my case and search this out, such as I did. When I received this, I did two things. I issued a records request to the Jay County Prosecutor's Office and the Jay County Clerk's Office, and asking for all of the current public records relating to this case. And I issued an email to the city of Muncie, to the mayor, to the fire chief, and to the police chief, asking for their thoughts, their statements, and what was going to happen in this situation. And I did all of that last night at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. In pretty quick fashion, I received his charging information from the clerk's office, and I want to read this to you. This is not information that I broke in and stole from anybody. Nobody deep-throated this to me. This was information that literally anyone can ask for and anyone can receive. It is called public information. I cannot be sued for dispersing this. I could drop this from helicopters. I guess I would get in trouble possibly for littering, but I cannot. I could print off 80,000 copies of this and mail it to every citizen in Delaware County if I wanted. And there is nothing that can happen. This is a public document. The court released this to me. That said, I'm not a monster, so I did, and I will always do this. I did blur out the address of the victim. Now, if you get the record, you might not do that. But because it's my documents, I do everything I can to make sure that we do give some protection to the victim. Okay? As much as I possibly can, given the fact that the name and the information appears in a public document. This is baby mama drama, yes. Count 1, residential entry. The undersigned says that on or about May 23rd, 2025 in Jay County, state of Indiana, Wesley B. Miller did knowingly or intentionally break and enter the dwelling of Haley Miller, contrary to the form and statutes of such cases made and provided by Indiana Code, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. Count number 2. The undersigned says that on or about May 23rd, 2025 in Jay County, state of Indiana, Wesley B. Miller did knowingly or intentionally touch Haley Miller, a family member or household member, in a rude, insolent, or angry manner by grabbing her by the arm, and Wesley B. Miller committed said offense in the presence of a child less than 16 years of age, knowing that the child was present and might be able to see or hear the offense. Was 1 year of age, contrary to the form of the statutes in such cases made and provided by Indiana Code, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. Now listen. Anybody that puts their hands on a woman is a piece of shit. You don't have to like my take on it. You don't have to agree. I'm not talking about him being innocent or guilty. I'm just making a statement. I'm not saying, yes, I know he did this. I'm just saying, I don't put my hands on women. I don't believe men should put their hands on women. And if a man puts his hands on a woman in a way to cause pain or harm that is not asked for or wanted, that man is a piece of shit. That's just the way it is. I don't know how else to say it. It is what it is. Like I'm not, maybe Wesley can change and things can get better. And I hope and pray that's the case. I don't know. Maybe he'll be found innocent. Maybe this will all be dropped. I don't know. I just say everyone should keep their hands to themselves, period. I don't think that a man should put his hands on another man in a rude or insolent manner. Or a woman should put their hands on another woman. Definitely not a child. And certainly not a dog or a cat. Or any kind of other animal, I guess. But there we go. All right. So this is the situation as it is in this charging information. That is not all. Here's the battery affidavit signed on or about 23rd day of May 2025 in Jay County. Wesley Miller did knowingly touch Haley Miller in a rude, insolent manner. To wit, the defendant grabbed the victim by her left upper arm. The victim complained of light pain and discomfort. Okay? This battery affidavit is what then allows the police officer to arrest the individual or have probable cause to arrest if they have not witnessed the individual causing this. The victim fills this out under penalties of perjury. All right. If they're lying in this, that is a serious offense. Okay. So that's the case. And, I affirm under the penalties of perjury that the foregoing representations are true. I further understand the provisions of the false informing statute and declare I am reporting a crime. Okay. And they said did this at 11:05 p.m. on May 23rd, 2025. Okay. And it gives you the false, the GOAT. What next town meeting? Are you talking about the city of Muncie? You're going to have to specify what city and or town you're referring to, and I will help you with that information. If you're referring to the city of Muncie, you're saying yes. The city of Muncie's next city hall meeting will be this coming Monday the 2nd. So today is Wednesday. We'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday the 2nd at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. on this coming Monday the 2nd. Okay, moving forward. Next, we have the police report. Again, this is not something that I stole. This is not something that was snuck to me in some covert operation. I requested it, and the courts and the clerk's office provided it. That's just what happens. Okay. So it lays out, the basic information, the people's information, the date that it occurred. It occurred on May 23rd, 2025. This is last Friday. Okay. It happened in Dunkirk. Suspect is named. Its suspect is Wesley Miller. The report says on Friday, May 23rd, 2025 at 10:12 p.m., I, Tracy Lehman, was on duty when I received a telephone call from Haley Miller, who resides in Dunkirk, Jay County, Indiana. Haley informed me that her ex-husband, Wesley Miller, has visitation rights with their 2.5-year-old daughter for the weekend. Haley stated she received a telephone call from Wesley at 3:24 p.m. on Friday, May 23rd, 2025. Wesley informed Haley that he did not have sufficient funds for fuel for his vehicle to pick up his daughter. Wesley also informed Haley he did not have any money to provide food for his daughter. Now, listen to me. Times are hard. Times are tough. There are situations like this, and I don't make light of this. This is a horrible situation. I don't know what's going on in his life. He has a decent job where he gets paid, good money, gets paid overtime, or extra, does all kinds of extra work. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that his position, even though it's civilian, gets benefits. I know that Rachel's did, so I would assume that he gets benefits. So he has a take-home car. He has a gas card. Not that I'm saying that he can use his gas card to fill up either a personal car or his duty car to then go pick up his daughter. That would be a no-no. But I'm just saying this dude has good paying job and has good benefits. Now, does that mean he can't be broke? No, it doesn't. He can absolutely be broke. He could be living way above his means. He can have any number of things going on. One of those possibilities is, and it's just a possibility, he could be back on drugs. He could be having money issues because he is back on narcotics. I don't know that. I'm just speculating. It is what it is. I'm trying to approach this with common sense. I'm not saying that he's a drug addict. I don't know. I just know what happened in the past. And it doesn't make sense to me that he would specifically not have money. Kate's put it up here on the screen. Salary in 2024 was $81,500. So, there are situations where he absolutely could be living above his means, could have credit card debt, whatever. It could be gambling. It could be any number of things. He might be the first city employee to go to the crisis center. I hope he doesn't. The GOAT, Wesley Miller, is a civilian fire department EMS chief. He's technically like the third highest ranking person technically at the fire department. He's head of a whole department. However, because of his position on the Muncie Fire Department as the fire EMS chief, he was sworn in October of 2023 as the City of Muncie Police Department's SWAT medic, which means he is also, in my mind, a reserve police officer, carries a gun, and goes on police call outs. And he was not arrested today. He was arrested yesterday by people within Muncie or Delaware County Sheriff's Department, and was transferred to Jay County. So that happened yesterday. This is all the paperwork. So I don't know what the deal is with his money. Very strange situation. But it's sad. But he calls his ex-wife, and says, I got no money. I got no gas. I'm not coming to pick up the kid. Okay. So it is what it is. Haley stated and it doesn't really say what goes on here. Okay. All right. Maybe he was arrested today. That's fine. I know that the other guy we're going to talk about here in a minute was arrested today, but I just know that, let me look here again really quickly. Let me look here again really quickly. Okay. So he was arrested yesterday, arrested today. I'm not 100% sure. We'll read on and we'll go on here from here. Haley stated she received a telephone call at 10 p.m. then on Friday, May 23rd, which is late, from Wesley, informing Haley that he was going to pick the child up, and Haley better have her ready and outside for him, or Wesley was going to kick in the door. Now, it seems to me like there's some information missing here. I will say that. Okay. Because how do we go from the 324 call, hey, I got no money for food or gas, I'm not getting the kid, and then it's 10 o'clock, and now, hey, I'm coming to get the kid at 10, is the kid not in bed at 10 p.m.? Like, what are we doing? What happened? What changed? What occurred? So that's a question that I do have. What's going on in that time? Yeah, but it's a 1.5-year-old kid, man. They're not in school, or woman. I don't know who you are, GOAT. So it's a 1.5-year-old. You know what I mean? So I just that is I do question. I'm just saying that, to me, that's going to have to be answered. Like this, I'll be honest. To me, this is not a good police report. As a former police officer, I would have done a report much. I don't. This is a very sloppy report, in my opinion. Sorry, officer. I'm just letting you know. I guess I'm cutting down on everybody. On May 23rd, at 2025 at 10:26, the police officer received a telephone call from Haley informing the officer that Wesley had arrived at her residence. Haley stated Wesley entered Haley's residence without permission and committed battery on Haley. Haley informed the police officer that Wesley left the residence in his own vehicle. Oh, hello, John. Well, welcome. Hey, the goat's fine. John the goat. I'm down with that. Haley stated Wesley entered the residence without permission, committed battery on her. Haley informed the police officer that Wesley left the residence in his own vehicle. The officer arrived just 3 minutes later, at Haley's residence, where the officer made contact with Haley and Ryan Williams, who is a friend visiting Haley. Haley stated she received a text message from Wesley Friday, May 23rd, 2025 at 3:24 p.m. Wesley informed Haley that he was not going to pick up their daughter, CM, because Wesley did not have any money or food to provide for CM. Haley stated she received a text from Wesley at 9:31 p.m. stating Wesley was going to pick up their child. Haley stated started to pack a bag for CM, and Wesley started threatening her via text message. Haley stated that she told Wesley he was not taking CM tonight because of the threats. Haley stated Wesley arrived at her residence Friday, May 23rd, 2025 at 10:25 p.m. Haley stated the front door to her residence was shut and unlocked. Haley stated Wesley pounded on the door and then entered the residence without permission. Haley stated Wesley entered the residence demanding Haley give Wesley their child. Haley stated that she and CM were in their bedroom and Wesley walked toward the bedroom. Haley stated that she told Wesley that he was not taking CM, the child. Haley stated she was sitting on a bed and CM was behind her. Haley stated that Wesley tried to grab CM. Haley stated Wesley grabbed her by her upper arm, asking Wesley what level of pain did she feel. The police officer asked Haley what level of pain did she feel when Wesley grabbed her upper arm. Haley stated that she felt light pain and discomfort. Haley was wearing a long sleeve sweatshirt. I asked Haley to pull up the left sleeve, and the officer obtained photographs of Haley's arm. Haley stated she noticed Wesley had his t-shirt partly untucked, exposing a handgun and holster tucked inside his waistband on the right side. Now, this is real interesting. I'm a Second Amendment advocate. I've got guns, and more guns. All of the guns that Don Guns was wanting to sell, I bought them all, and then some more. I love guns, okay? I love carrying guns. I carry guns every place I possibly can. And then some. That's my secret. I don't know. Is this his private personal gun? Is this a gun that the police department issued him? To me, this is a very serious situation that he committed this while armed with a gun. Didn't pull the gun, never showed the gun, or did he? Did he do one of those things where he kind of let it be seen to put fear? I mean, this is a sticky situation, and the Muncie Police Department and Fire Department might have to answer for that. That's exactly true, timing issues. That's exactly true. Exactly true. It's like, especially to a woman that's your ex. Like, are you for real? let's go back to my comments about the man that hits a woman. Like earlier I said that that guy's a piece of shit. Let me be clear. What I meant by that is he is a bitch. If you are a man that hits a woman, you are a bitch. And if you are a man that hits a woman that feels like you also must flash your piece at her, it harkens me back to the Big Lebowski. Like, I will take your piece from you and stick it up your ass and pull it till it goes click. Like the Jesus in the Big Lebowski. Okay. Kind of just bullshit activity there. Definitely is not somebody that probably should be carrying a gun. And just FYI, all of you people out there that are unstable, I'm not talking about what I am doing. I was quoting a movie, so settle down. Okay, moving on. David. Hey, David. It depends on what I'm carrying or not. You know what I mean? Mike's big bad, but you don't bring fists to a gunfight. And I watched Tyson in that Jake Paul fight. He's out of it. All right, moving forward. Exposing his handgun and holster tucked inside his band, blah, 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 blah. Bitch style. Haley informed me she made a comment to Wesley that he had... Okay, Haley informed me that she made a comment to Wesley that he had to bring a handgun. I asked Haley if Wesley brandished the gun, and Haley stated no. Haley told me as the incident was taking place, she was telling Wesley to leave the residence, but he would not. Haley stated her sister, Ashley Taylor, came into the house and told Wesley he needed to leave. Haley stated Wesley then left the residence. I asked Haley when she and Wesley finalized their divorce. Haley stated in August of 24. Like, this is not new, okay? Haley stated the last time Wesley had CM for the weekend was January of 2025. Think about that now. Think about that. The last time he's had his child for the weekend was January of 2025. This dude is literally clicking every box for douchebag of the year, man. Like, what in the world? Haley explained in the past she takes the child to Wesley's residence and Wesley returns the child to Haley's residence. Haley stated Wesley would always call her and tell Haley he is at her house before entering. Haley stated this incident is the first time Wesley came into her house unannounced. Yes. Timing issues, absolutely. Well, yeah, Kate, I would definitely agree. Haley stated this incident was the first time he came into the house unannounced. A written statement was included, battery affidavit was included, and was obtained from Haley regarding this incident. The police officer interviewed Ryan Williams at the residence. Ryan stated Wesley Miller arrived at the home Friday, May 23rd, 2025. Ryan stated Wesley knocked hard on the front door and then walked in without permission. Ryan said she and her 1 1/2 old son, M.A., along with, so Ryan is a woman. Okay. Because I was starting to wonder, like, whoa, why is Ryan not stepping up here? But Ryan is like one of her female friends. Okay. So Ryan, a woman, was there. Ryan said that she was there with her son, with Haley, and Haley's child, CM, were in the bedroom. Ryan stated Wesley walked toward the bedroom. Ryan stated she was standing in the entryway of the bedroom, and Wesley walked up to Ryan. Ryan says Wesley was chest to chest with her. Ryan stated Wesley was demanding from Haley to give CM to him. Ryan said she noticed Wesley had a handgun tucked inside his waistband. Ryan stated Wesley made his way around Ryan and her child, M.A., who were standing between Wesley and Haley. Ryan stated Wesley was trying to grab CM, who was behind Haley, while Haley and CM were on the bed. Ryan stated Ashley came in the house and told Wesley to leave. Ryan said Wesley then left the residence. Ryan informed me that she recorded this incident using her cellular telephone. Ryan showed me the recorded incident and on the cellular telephone and playing the video for me. As I watched the video, I utilized my body camera to record the video of Ryan recording the incident. Okay. Haley informed me of the threatening text messages she received from Wesley. I informed Haley to screenshot me those messages and send them messages for me for documentation. I asked Haley if she received any cellular telephone calls from Wesley, and Haley stated no. The above referenced text message were collected and included in the report. I was informed by Candace Ackerman, Haley's mother, who resides across the street from Haley's residence, that they have outside security cameras mounted on the front of the residence directed towards the west. And Candace informed that she has video footage of the May 23rd, 2025, the night regarding the incident. A written statement included was obtained from Candace Ackerman. Also included in my report is the outside security surveillance footage. On May 26th, I made contact with a person in person with Ashley Taylor. Ashley stated on May 23rd at 10 p.m. she received a text message from Ryan Williams informing Ashley Haley was receiving threats from Wesley. Ryan informed Ashley through text message that Ryan was concerned Wesley would show up. Ashley stated she walked to her mother's residence and then stood in the backyard. Ashley stated she seen Wesley drive to Haley's house and park. Ashley stated Wesley then exited his vehicle and walked up to the house. Ashley stated she heard Wesley pound 3 times on the door and then made entrance into the house. Ashley stated she received a text message from Ryan requesting Ashley to respond now to Haley's residence. Ashley stated that she walked into Haley's residence. Wesley was in the bedroom leaning over the top of Ashley, while leaning over the top of Haley, or maybe Ashley, I don't know, it's confusing, while Ashley was sitting on the bed. Ashley stated she told Wesley he needed to leave. Ashley stated Wesley informed Haley he was going to the police to file a report and left. A written statement included was obtained from Ashley regarding this incident. Using a digital photography, the following photographs were obtained. Photographs number 1 shows Haley's left arm. Photograph number 2 shows Haley Miller. Photograph number 3 shows the front door of Haley's residence. Photograph number 4 shows the same as photograph number 3. And then the officer signed it, yada, yada, yada. All right. Okay. So that's where we see what we've got from here. Here's the picture. It is what it is. That is that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So from there, the city of Muncie released a statement today after the fact, after I messaged and emailed them and asked them for information. At about 11:10 this morning, they put out a statement that reads as follows. Official statement from the city of Muncie. The city of Muncie is aware of charges recently filed against EMS Chief Wesley Miller. These allegations are serious, and the city is committed to ensuring a thorough and transparent process as we address this matter. We want to emphasize that these allegations are not connected to Chief Miller's duty as an EMS professional and did not occur within Muncie or Delaware County. Nevertheless, the city the city holds its employees to the highest standard of conduct, both on and off duty. In accordance with our policies and to ensure an impartial investigation, Chief Miller has been placed on administrative leave effective immediately. This action allows for a comprehensive review of the situation while maintaining the integrity of our public service. The city of Muncie will continue to monitor the situation closely. We remain committed to upholding the trust and confidence of our community and ensuring accountability at all levels of the municipal operations. As this is an ongoing matter, we will refrain from further comment until the investigation is complete. I'm not okay with that. I'm okay with a lot of this, but I want to know if they provided him with a gun, was the gun taken back? Did they remove any weaponry that they have given him? If they have not, they need to immediately. Yeah, another paid vacation. They need to take any weapons that they might have provided him. That is a must. So I'm in the process of trying to find that out. I have not found that out. Okay, now we're not done. We're not done. That's it for Mr. Miller. We will follow what goes on with Mr. Miller's situation. And needless to say, there are a lot of people that have a lot of thoughts about what's going on. Some of them even thinks they're going to sue me for releasing this information. It's hilarious. All right. While I was dealing with this, situation, another situation occurred, and it's absolutely crazy to me. So before we get into that, I do want to say that I broke this story. And not that matters, but if you want to know why you should watch here, the political commentary that we give, and this goes political here in a minute. Stand by. We will get there. This is kind of a long play. All right. The political side of this we will get to, but we have the very best sources around. No question. All right. We get information that no one else has, and faster than any other situation around. So just so you know, and damn it, my monitor went down. Give me 1 second here. Let me get this popped up here. Yeah, we're gonna do this so we don't have to delay. Give me just 1 second here, folks. I want to get this up and going here. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Hey, I hope the roof is not on fire, because if so, we are shit out of luck with police officers or with firemen right now. We can't keep them out of the pokey long enough to to put fires out. It's a bad situation. Okay, here we are. Share. We're going to try to play this if it will play. Where are we on sound? Okay, here we go.
The chief of Muncie EMS is now on administrative leave after being charged for domestic battery. Now, according to court,
probably so.
The chief of Muncie EMS is now on administrative leave after being charged for domestic battery. Now, according to court,
come on now.
The chief of Muncie EMS is now on administrative leave after being charged for domestic battery. Now, according to court.
Guess that's not going to let me do it. We'll try it this way, and then we'll be done. Because we've got a whole nother story that with this. Now, it won't take nearly as long. We needed to drag through that one because this is all brand new into the system here, and it's something that we've not discussed. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to junk that laptop and get a new one because it's done very well for me, but I think it's just about ran its course. I would say I got about $150 out of it. $150. I don't know. I hate technology. Okay, here we are. Here's the Muncie Chief story. Let's see if we can do any better with this. Okay, now let's share this story. No, we've got no power outages. We're good. We're good. Okay, let's see if we can get this to share here now. This is really pissing me off. Okay. As soon as we get done with this dancing ball of death, we'll be back onto our main screen. I don't know.
The chief of Muncie EMS is now on administrative leave after being charged for domestic battery. Now, according to court.
Yep, that's as far as we're going to go. Apparently. I don't know what they're going to say that we've not said. We'll try it one last time, and then we'll be done with this. Just because I can't get off the damn page.
EMS is now on administrative leave.
international students in the United States. Purdue enrollment data says the university had more than
You asshole. All right.
2,000.
Enough of that. Here we go. Well, damn it, I gotta stop that noise in the background or I can't. Okay, there we go. So after this nonsense that occurred, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, technology, it is what it is. Sometimes we can't make it do what it needs to do. So after all of this, and while people were deciding and trying to figure out if this guy had been arrested, had he not been arrested, what's going on, is there a warrant for his arrest? Is there not a warrant for his arrest because it's been dealt with? Like, people were literally fighting back and forth with this all day, okay? During all of that incident, it was then brought to my attention that there had been an arrest made after a very long standoff. That's what I was told. Give me 1 second. I'm confused why he was charged with residential entry instead of criminal trespass. As an ex-officer, can you explain? Well, because number one, criminal trespass, you can only be charged with criminal trespass. See, people are very confused about this. A person can only be charged with trespass and stick, it be a correct arrest or correct charge, if you have been someplace. Say, for example, you go down to the gas station, the Marathon station. You walk in the Marathon station and you're causing a scene in there. They cannot call the police and have the police come down and arrest you. And they say, I want him charged or her charged with trespass. What they have to do is they have to trespass you from the property. So at that point, they will ask the person at the Marathon, do you want this person trespassed? And the Marathon will say yes. The police officer will then get your ID or get your information, and they will tell you, you are no longer welcome back on this property or any Marathon properties. And if you are caught back on this property or any Marathon properties, you will be arrested for trespass. So then if you leave and you never go back, you're good. If you go back to that place the next day, you don't even have to be doing anything bad. You could go back and you could pay $20 and fill up your tank. If that same officer drives by and sees you, they can then arrest you for criminal trespass. The reason this individual was charged with residential entry and burglary are the same thing. A lot of people think burglary means theft. Theft means taking an item. Burglary is breaking and entering a dwelling with the intent to commit a felony. Residential entry is that same charge. It just doesn't have the intention to commit a felony. I honestly don't know why. They had not charged him with burglary. I think they could have got him for burglary, but he's charged with residential entry. It's a felony. It is what it is. Okay, that's the information. Okay, now on to Jordan. So while all of this was going on today, I was made aware of another situation with a Muncie City fireman. Muncie City Fire is having a hard time getting things going. They've been having a very hard last couple of years. And it's interesting, right? Because the Muncie City Police Department had a really hard couple of years. And then all of a sudden, bang, now it's the fire department, and the police department's kind of in the quiet, but it's now the fire department that's having all of the issues. So it's just kind of interesting how that tends to work. So everybody is aware on the City of Muncie Fire Department. the situation with the fire department with Captain Troy Delaney, the man who was involved with the cheating scandal and everything going on there. Okay. Well, what people may or may not have known was that Jordan Delaney, his son, also got hired on the fire department and had been on the fire department for a minute. And what's ironic to this, what's really crazy to this is Wes Miller committed this incident on May 23rd, 2025. And he was formally charged on May 27th, 2025. Well, Wes and Jordan are friends. Jordan committed his situation, his incident we're getting ready to talk about, on May 23rd, 2024, 1 year exactly. And then he was charged on May 27th, 2024, 1 year exactly. So that's kind of strange. So back last year, Jordan had, and we talked about all of this back when it happened. Jordan had been accused of domestic battery resulting in moderate bodily injury, which was a level 6 felony. And he was also charged with strangulation, a level 6 felony. And when that occurred, he was immediately put off on leave. He was charged, and all this stuff happened. Okay. Now, there are a lot of things different about this because there are a lot of people that are against Jordan, and then Jordan also has his supporters. And there are people that are claim that Jordan's situation was not what it's being made out to be, that he's being wrongly charged, yada, yada, yada. I don't know anything about that. All I can tell you is the call was he committed domestic battery causing injury, and that he had strangled his, I don't know if it was an ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, girlfriend. I don't know what the relationship was, but we had dealt with that for a long time. Listen, nepotism laws only deal with people who are in direct line. Police departments and fire departments are legacy places. A lot of places in government are. It's okay for family members to work in the same department as long as they're not directly overseeing each other as like boss and employee. You know, your dad can be a sergeant on midnights as a cop, and you can be a patrolman on afternoons. You know, as long as there's no issue with that. So yeah, that doesn't fall in with that. So Jordan, however, when he was charged, he was arrested and he paid bail. So he was out on bond awaiting trial, and he's been awaiting trial. They are waiting to go to court, and he's going to fight this apparently and provide his side and fight this and say what he thinks happened. And the state's going to say what they think happened, and they will offer up witnesses, and a jury or the judge will make a determination whether it's a jury trial or a bench trial. However, while all of this weirdness was going on with Wes Miller, it was brought to my attention today that on the 22nd of May, which would have been last Thursday, an order was put in to revoke, yes, I believe so, timing issues. An order was put in with Circuit Court 2 to revoke the bond on Jordan Delaney because of obstruction of justice. Now, give me 1 second here. I will put this up. I have some information that let me put this up. I have some information that I don't believe that anyone has seen yet. Give me 1 second. The hell with that. Okay. So here's Mr. Jordan Delaney. He was arrested on warrant today, Wednesday, May 28th, 2025, by the Delaware County Sheriff's Department on a bond revocation, count 1, strangulation, level 6 felony, count 2, domestic battery resulting in moderate bodily injury, a level 6 felony. Okay. And he was arrested after apparently a pretty extensive standoff. They didn't actually call the SWAT team out, but apparently there were a plethora of officers there, Delaware County Sheriff's deputies, and maybe, I don't know if there were other agencies there or not, but there were a lot of law enforcement officers there. And while let me see if I can get this to blow up. While they were there, apparently, eventually, at some point, he came out. Okay, now what you're looking at on the screen here, and I will get this blown up to where you guys can see it, and I will post it on my social media. But this is the documentation. This is States of Indiana's verified motion to revoke bail. Comes now the state of Indiana by Jessica Griffin, Deputy Prosecuting Attorney within and for the 46th Judicial Circuit, and hereby files a motion to revoke bail and would show the court as follows. On or about May 27th, that would have been yesterday, the defendant was arrested on the preliminary charges leading to the filing of the charging information under cause number 18, strangulation, level 6 felony, count 2, domestic battery. This was 2024. Sorry, not yesterday. This was 2024, May 27th, 2024. So that's when he committed the strangulation, and that was when he was arrested. The event occurred on May 23rd. He was arrested on the 27th, and he was charged with strangulation, level 6 felony, count 2, domestic battery resulting in moderate bodily injury. On or about May 27th, 2024, the defendant posted a $10,000 his bail via surety bond and was released from the custody of the Delaware County Jail. New offenses: violating conditions of the release order of grounds of revocation of bail. See Indiana Code 353385D1C. On or about May 16th, 2025, while the defendant was released on bond under that case, Lieutenant John Branson from the Delaware County Sheriff's Department found probable cause for the defendant's arrest for charges of obstruction of justice, a level 5 felony, false informing, a class A misdemeanor. A copy of that affidavit of probable cause associated with the case is attached hereto and incorporated herein as Exhibit 1. The victim listed in the attached probable cause affidavit, Caitlin Lewinsky, is the same as the victim in his original case. Beyond the assurances of physical safety of another person or the community, the risk of non-appearance is of critical concern when court established bond. Conclusion: good cause exists to revoke the defendant's bond because of the circumstances. Okay, we'll move on to the next page. Okay, conclusion. Good cause exists to revoke the defendant's bond because of circumstances described above, demonstrated by clear and convincing evidence that 1, the defendant violated the condition of his current release order, and 2, that the defendant possesses a risk to the physical safety of another person or the community. See Indiana Code. Wherefore, the defendant has violated the terms of this court release on bail. The state prays this court revoke the previous bail posted in this clause and for all other just and proper relief in the premise. Respectfully submitted, Jessica Griffin, deputy prosecuting attorney. Okay, now the probable cause affidavit looks like this and says such. On August 3rd, 2024, at approximately 4:39 p.m., Deputy Russell received a text message from the victim in the case on his cell phone. Caitlin was a victim in a domestic battery case earlier in the year where Jordan Delaney was arrested for domestic battery and strangulation. After Jordan was arrested, Caitlin filed for protective order, which was granted. The protective order was served to Jordan and was active until July 31st, 2024. When Caitlin sent the messages to Russell's phone, Caitlin's text message read as follows. Can you please call me? I'm dealing with stuff with Jordan and I don't know what to do. I heard from him once through a third party, so I dropped the no contact. Now it's gone beyond that and I'm being asked to write letters. I don't know what to do. I affirm under the penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and accurate to the best of my information. Okay, so that apparently he's been contacting the victim. Okay, moving on to page 2. Page 2 says, I already had a meeting with the prosecutor to drop the no contact, but now I feel like I'm being used to write other letters for him to go back to work. I still love him, and I think he's working me, and I just want to be left alone. I think he's working me, and I just want to be left alone. I'm sorry. I just want to be left alone. He promised me things, so I did it, but it's all bad, and I don't know what to do. After receiving the text messages, Russell called Caitlin. Russell's body-worn camera was downloading at the Delaware County Justice Center, so he recorded the phone conversation on his cell phone. The conversation took place at 4:50 and lasted a total of 1 hour and 13 minutes. Caitlin stated that she started texting John Doe. John Doe was present the night of the prior domestic battery. John Doe was well aware of the felony charges and protective order against Jordan. Caitlin went on to state that John Doe relayed communication between Caitlin and Jordan. In one of John Doe's text messages to Caitlin, John Doe texted, I don't know. I'm not in it. I was the middleman that facilitated you guys being able to communicate. I've been trying to stay completely out of the mix. I've got enough of my own stuff going on. Caitlin stated that Jordan told her that if she dropped the protective order, then they could be together again. Caitlin advised she felt stupid and had a lapse in judgment. Caitlin called the courts soon after the dropped protective order against Jordan. The protective order was dropped on the 31st of 2024 out of Circuit Court 2. Jordan also asked Caitlin to write a handwritten letter to his chief so Jordan could return to work as a firefighter with the Muncie Fire Department. The letter Caitlin wrote is as follows. To whom it may concern, I, Caitlin, am writing this letter because after filing to dismiss the no contact order against Jordan Delaney, I would also like the 2 charges against Mr. Delaney dismissed as well. During my relationship with the defendant, I was prescribed Lamictal for mood disorder. 2 weeks after the incident, I went into DKA, diabetic coma, for undiagnosed diabetes. Number 1, on top of the intake of alcohol during the incident, I am uncertain I can say exactly what I recall from the evening. If brought to testify, I don't think I can give a 100% honest testimony. I would like this all to be dropped just as the protective order has been. It was very emotional. I I was in a very emotional state and would like both Jordan Delaney and myself to get back to our lives. Signed, Caitlin. After writing the letter, Caitlin later took a picture of the letter with her Indiana driver's license and sent the picture to John Doe's cell phone. Caitlin let me see here. Caitlin sent the text message stating, ask him if that's okay. Rambled a bit. Doe replied, he said, perfect. He will contact you tomorrow after he meets with his attorney. On August 1st, 2024, at approximately 5:42 p.m., Doe called Caitlin, but Jordan was the person talking on the phone. Caitlin and Jordan spoke on the phone for a total of 9 minutes. On August 1st, 2024, at approximately 8:09 p.m., Jordan called Caitlin from Doe's phone again, and they spoke for a total of 17 minutes. Caitlin stated after she dropped the protective order and wrote the letter, Jordan stopped communicating with her completely. Caitlin stated she felt used and hurt because Jordan just used her to get the protective order dropped and to get his job back. Caitlin sent a screen recording of all the text messages between herself and John Doe to Deputy Russell. Caitlin also sent a screen recording of all the text messages between her and Jordan. Caitlin sent a screenshot of the phone call logs as well. All the screenshots and the screen recordings were sent to Russell's cell phone. Caitlin told Russell multiple times that she wishes the protective order was still active and she made a mistake by dropping the protective order. The last message Caitlin was sent Jordan was, you're in charge of what you did to me, and that's that. You're not caring, loving man. Proof started yesterday. I'm not supporting a bad man. Sergeant Kublik spoke with John Doe. Doe stated that he was caught up in the middle of his two friends and believed that the protective order had been dropped because both Jordan and Caitlin told him so. Caitlin also sent Doe an image of the issued order through my case and said that the PO was dropped. Doe said that if he had known the PO was still in effect, he would have not talked to either of them or facilitated any conversations. The deputy said Delaney had used John Doe, a third party, to contact Caitlin to convince her to drop the protective order. There are several text messages on John Doe's personal phone from both Caitlin and Jordan Delaney with this plot when this protective order was enforced. During an interview with Jordan Delaney, he lied to the affiant and said that he never used a third person to contact Caitlin while the protective order was valid. Request 1, count of obstruction of justice, level 5 on Jordan Delaney, and 1 count of false informing, a misdemeanor for Jordan Delaney. Knowingly, intentionally inducing coercion to a witness in a criminal investigation, and knowingly makes or presents and uses false record, document, or things, a thing with intent to record, document, or thing material to the point in question. Mislead public servant. This domestic violence victim was intimidated, unlawfully influenced, and was unlawfully persuaded. Jordan Delaney also knowingly lied to police during the criminal investigation on May 16th, 2025, with counsel present. Here's my thing. All right, I'm going to be really clear. First of all, I'm going to tell you John Doe is Wesley Miller. So for everybody out there that's like, well, what's going on? These are all just bad people, in my honest opinion. Wesley Miller's John Doe. He's involved in all this nonsense. Caitlin's involved in, like, all these people just need to grow the hell up. The thing is, for the people who believe that Jordan was treated wrongly here, and if Jordan thought that the girlfriend had done him dirty and lied about this, he should have kept his nose down. He should have shut his mouth. He should have went forward and fought this, got the attorney, and did what he needed to do. Not go around the back and do crazy bullshit, obstructing justice, because now, if he wasn't guilty of crimes, he is now guilty of crimes. So it's almost like a situation where he's like, I'm not guilty. So I'm going to commit crimes to show you that I'm not guilty of these initial crimes. And the bottom line of this all, as I've said time after time after time, this all falls back on Mayor Dan Ridenour, and it all falls back on the fire chiefs and the deputy chiefs. And I don't necessarily mean Burford. Maybe Burford's involved. Maybe he's not. I don't know. But the old fire chiefs and the leadership within the fire department that is creating this culture of chaos within the fire department. Remember when the police department had their run of bad, crazy shit going on? We said it's because of the culture of corruption that the leadership and others are creating that allows this nonsense to fester. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So, I don't truly know what's going to happen here. I do think that they need to take a good look at all of these people involved. I think that this is like now becoming a major cancer within the fire department, and I think they need to cut it out. And my suggestion to Wes Miller is resign, leave the fire department, go deal with this and deal with this nonsense and bullshit on your own. And if you and the victims and everyone does not want this talked about, then leave public safety and handle this like grown people in your own time, on your own, and don't let it cut back into and become a cancer that just continues to grow and fester. The same way with this Jordan and nonsense. I mean, Wes Miller's involved with the Jordan crap. So I don't know. Very weird stuff. The fire department needs to get control of this stuff and figure it the hell out quick like, because it's really not looking good for the fire department. And as bad as it is for all these people that are involved with all of this, I blame Dan Ridenour and the way that he handled the fire department, because the fire department is under Ridenour's control. He's the mayor. Shit rolls uphill, but hell, they're going to pay him the whole time. Why resign? Yeah, right. That's the thing. Well, and it'll be interesting to see what goes on in both of these cases. If something happens or doesn't happen based on these people and their connection to Ridenour and their connection to the chief and the deputy chief and the political players within the department. In both departments, both the police and fire department. The sheriff's department made the arrests apparently in these cases, and I'm very happy for them. I'm happy that they were able to do it without anyone getting hurt. Apparently, he was just in his house and wouldn't come out. So I think that's just very odd. Before we move on, because we just have a few, the meetings are just a few minutes, and we're almost done here. I want to go back and answer a couple of questions. SAVOD Savad said, what difference would the witness make? And I think you're referring back to the situation where the people, witness is always going to be good. If you've got a crime going on and you've got, a victim and the defendant, that's that. But if you've got a victim and 2 or 3 witnesses, it's just going to make a stronger case, on things. So that's good there. So, I will continue following all of this information and keep you posted. There is a court case coming up on the 5th in this. Okay. I figured. I was just trying to help. There's a court case coming up on June 5th, I believe. About Jordan Delaney. And so we'll see what goes on there. Ned Flanders, blah, blah, blah. That's exactly right. All night long, baby. Okay. So that's the deal with the fire department drama. Okay. Oops. I don't know what we did there. Well, that's the deal with the fire department drama. We're going to now go on to the Board of Works meeting here just quickly. If I can get this to work with us. I think it looks like it might. We'll do this over here. Okay. City of Muncie. City of Muncie. Board of Works. Share this screen.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the May 28th meeting of the Muncie Board of Public Works and Safety. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone. Roll call, please. Present.
Present.
Favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, motion carried.
Here we go.
Consideration of the Register of Claims. Mr. Craig Wright, City Controller.
Good morning. I sent out the claims yesterday afternoon. Just want to make note there were 3 claims out to Meridian Services for the Crisis Center from the ARP fund. And
Right off the bat, 3 claims to Meridian Services from the ARP fund. For what? What are we paying them for? What are they doing? Why are we doing that? Yes, we have. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up here. Saved. Are you on Facebook at any chance?
Will those be monthly
Or whatever your
charges?
name is.
pardon?
Will those continue to be?
Yeah,
monthly
yeah.
charges?
Basically, they were for equipment, services. Let me get to it here. I wrote it down.
You have Facebook or Twitter?
Let's see, get one. Yeah. Each invoice contained. We got equipment, software support, staff, social worker, insurance, and
So we don't anticipate that amount every month?
it'll fluctuate.
There will
Monthly,
there will
yes.
continue to be monthly charges of
Yes.
some kind. Okay.
And our usual
We're paying their insurance. Listen, I will never give your identity away if you obviously are going under a screen name. Are you comfortable sending me a friend request? If so, I can send you a couple links for that video. If you want to, if you don't, I can figure out another way to get it to you. But if you send me a friend request or connect with me on Facebook or Twitter, I will definitely hook you up with that. And here's all of that information. If you're so inclined. All right. So yeah, let's get back to this. This is wild.
utilities and insurance, and let that all open it up.
I don't have anything else.
Nothing.
I do not either. Well done again. So we have a motion to approve.
I move approval of the claims for $523,413.
Second.
Good. All those, any other comments or questions? We have Mr. Jerry Wise. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Jerry Wise, Muncie. On page 14, there's 10,500 for Daystar directional drilling. I wonder what that was.
Motor vehicle highway.
Jerry, buddy, why don't you ask questions that matter, dude?
Who's doing that?
Ask about the damn money to the crisis center.
And on page 13, there's one charge, custom 13,675.22 for 45.95. Nope, joystick. That 40. It's one.
Equipment repair for the one-man Badger.
And then there's 3,125 on the same page.
It's
Hydraulic.
yeah, that is for hydraulic hose equipment repair.
Okay,
From
that's
that.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. Any other comments or questions? Okay, having none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you, Craig. Next, we do have a street closure application for Everlasting, but we don't have anybody here, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I see anybody here from that group. So we're gonna table that for now.
Yeah, send
We
me a
have
message.
A street closure application from Robin Hood Neighborhood Organization. Do we have a representative there from Robin Hood? Robin Wood, not Robin Hood, Robin Wood.
Were they informed that they need to be here? Do you know?
Both of these street closure applications came from the police department, so obtaining signatures, it's very possible they were not aware.
Stumblefoot.
Could we ask that they both have email? One has an email address.
One is the one in Robin Wood neighborhood. It's just a
Robin
very
Wood
small
Hood
neighborhood
neighborhood.
parade within their own
Right.
addition. That will be an easy one. I don't see much of a problem with that.
But again, if we ask them to be here,
Yeah,
could you just email them and ask them to attend next week's meeting or the second June meeting or something, just so that
when is their event?
end of June.
June and then.
It's
Okay,
the
yeah,
4th
I
of
see it,
July
yeah.
thing.
That'd be great. Yeah, there would be no issue with that one. And then
Damn good
also,
question,
have they
Jackie.
completed the paperwork too? Did you know?
Do you have the insurance and all? that?
Damn
Yeah, you
good
got the
question.
insurance.
For Everlasting, we'll need insurance info and 501c3. Essential, we'll need 501c3 and 501.
Okay,
So
so
we do
we-
need
okay.
additional info on all of them.
Okay, so we'll table that one too. Street closure application for East Central Neighborhood Association. We have a representative here.
Good morning. I'm Erin Lovell. I'm on the planning committee for the for the Old Washington Street Festival. This will be our 48th year, and we are looking to close the usual streets down Washington and down the side streets. We did get sign off from the police department and fire department. I did attach the insurance. I didn't know we needed proof of 501c3. I can supplement that if you need it. We are a 501c3.
And we might even have that on record, but you can work that out, yeah. Well, we know that.
Is that a new requirement, 501c3 part?
That's required regarding the permit fee. It's, if they're 501c3, they do not.
They waive it.
Yeah,
Okay, got it,
yeah.
got it.
Okay, great. Do we have a motion to approve?
Yeah, I move approval of the street closure.
What is the boom,
Documents as
Maddox?
presented.
What are we?
And I second with the proviso that they supply the 501c3.
Okay, do we have any public comment? All I have to say is, how many years has it been?
48.
48.
Mhm.
Well done. I mean, those are the things that make our community special. So
Yes.
yeah, we try to get down there every year. We try. So, okay. Having no other comment, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you very much. We'll have documents signed for you. You got plenty of time though. So, the next order of business then is a bid opening for 2025 Parks restroom construction. And Adam Leach.
Good morning.
Good morning, Adam.
So Adam Leach, city engineer. Yep, 2025 Parks restroom construction. This is for basically the demo and construction of a new facility there at Thomas Park and the construction of a restroom facility at Riverview Park, along with attendant sidewalks and stuff to get where you need to go.
Okay, so we have been presented bids. Linda, would you do the honors, please? Open them up and see what we see. If we can find it, the prices, right?
This one's a complicated. Multiple things to open. Okay. This first one is from Monroe Construction Group. And their Riverview bid is $170,137. Oh, excuse me, that was the Thomas Park one. The Riverview is $172,700. Sorry. Okay. Sure. Riverview was $172,700. Thomas Park is $170,137. This is for Pride Mark. And they have put the two together, it looks like. Do you want them separated?
They don't have to
I
be
mean,
separated.
Okay, the two together is $384,612.20.
This is like
absolutely.
exciting times.
DC.
It is. This is the most exciting thing I do.
Yes.
You'd think I'd be better at it. Okay, this one is from Fredericks Incorporated from Pendleton. Their total bid is $349,500.
Fredericks of Hollywood. What's the city doing with Fredericks from Hollywood?
And the final one is from CRU Construction, and their total bid is $345,791.48. I assume you want us to take these under advisement.
Yep, I will get with Keith, Gary, the architect on the project. We'll prepare a bid tab and we'll make sure everything was submitted correctly. Then we'll make a recommendation for the Board of Works during the next meeting.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you very much.
Those three of the four are very close to each other too, so yeah. Okay, do we have any other order of business? Just one thing for noting purposes, the regularly scheduled Board of Works meeting for June 4th, which is next week already, at 9 a.m. has been rescheduled to Friday, June 6th at 10 a.m. right here in the same auditorium. So we need two of the three of us to be here, and next Wednesday that won't work, but Friday it will. So next Friday at 10 a.m. right here. Okay, any other business? Okay, having none, meeting adjourned.
Hey, oh, look, we did some major stuff here. Look at us. Look what we did. We did some major stuff, major work here. What an asshole. They didn't do anything. They didn't answer any questions. I mean, what a joke. What an absolute joke. Let's take a look at this shit for a minute, okay? Let's take a look at what we've got going on here for just a moment, because this is some serious stuff. Look at this here. If I can get this shit to work this time. Let's take a look at this Board of Works claims that they didn't ask a damn thing about, man. They didn't think that this was probably important, that maybe we should ask something about this. Like, here we go. This is ARP coronavirus local fiscal Board of Works, Substance Abuse and Behavioral Health Treatment. Mary Maids, Crisis Center Janitorial Services, $175. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Various size mats and supplies. Cool. $97.43. Cool. Centos Corp. All right. Look at this. Meridian Services, February 25, April 25. Okay, look, I mean, we've got all this stuff going on here. What is this? To the tune of $86,142.92. What is this? And what did he say? What did they say? Let's go and look at this email and see what he gives on the email. See what he tells us on the email. He said something about... Let's go back and just hear it real quick. Because I want to be sure that I heard exactly what he said. I want to be sure I heard exactly what he said.
Pardon?
Will those continue?
Morning. I sent out the claims yesterday afternoon. Just want to make note there were 3 claims out to Meridian Services for the Crisis Center from the ARP fund. And,
Will those be monthly charges?
Pardon?
Will those continue to be
Yeah,
monthly
yeah.
charges?
Basically, they were for equipment, services. Let me get to it here. I wrote it down. And let's see, get one. Yeah, each invoice contained. We got equipment, software support, staff, social worker, insurance, and
So we don't anticipate that amount every month?
it'll.
Why are we paying Meridian's social workers insurance? And let me tell you, just to be clear, to be real clear, that is not what this says. That is not what this says. This says Waterworks, Substance Abuse Behavioral Health Treatment Center, Mary Maids, Centos Meridian Services. Janitorial services, various size mat supplies. And where's the software equipment? I don't see software equipment in here anywhere. I don't see the Meridian insurance for a social worker in here at all. Folks, this is what I'm telling you about. We are getting pummeled by our own government. This is ridiculous. I'll be looking through all this Board of Works here and try to figure out what the hell that is. Jackie, I'll reach out to him and find out what exactly we're paying and why we're paying it, why we're doing this, why are we doing this? Yeah. It said that. I'll go through here. And you know what? I didn't even go through. I've not even went through here and looked for Dustin's dumbass shit. There's so much stuff going on, man. There's so much stuff going on. It's You cannot keep up. There's problems everywhere. And idiots still think, oh, look, we're doing a really good job. We're doing a really good job. Dan's put out a map. He's plugging things. Dan's plugging all kinds of holes. But no roads are getting paved. So tell me what you think that means. All right. Before we shut her down, the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this stupid ass talk. Hold on. Just really put off and disgusted. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and this will be amazing, I'm sure.
My voice is a little hoarse because I was at the. Hello, Muncie. Dan Ridenour here, your mayor. Today is
timing issues.
28th. My voice is a little hoarse because I was at the Pacer game last night.
No, he didn't give us that money. He's trying to give me $20 to not play it.
We're now up 3-1 over the evil New York Knicks. So bear with me. Hey, I have a couple things I just want to talk about. First of all, I want to thank Councilperson Jerry Dishman.
Save it. It might come in handy sometime when he's got something extremely stupid to talk about that we don't want to hear, that I might take you up on.
He's in District 5, which is kind of the northern central section of the city. There is an area that we repaved a couple of years ago at Jerry's request. We did pave Reserve, and we have had some challenges with some drainage in there. Now, this is right at the exit, Reserve and McGalliard. And it's right at the exit of the Crew Car Wash and the entrance, but also of Starbucks. So it's that street. We repaved it. Jerry and I talked. We weren't happy with it. It started falling apart again. And so Jerry and I talked, and it's made
all the roads that you've paved. What's going on? What's happening? I don't know, man. Like, I just don't want him putting his street department in a bad spot with him doing stupid shit, and then they get the blame for something that's his fault.
Some recommendations and some asked for some help from the city. So we redid it. It still wasn't quite right. So this time we've gone through and we have completely replaced it with concrete. Concrete, unlike asphalt, is more water resistant. We hope that makes it a more a better intersection and a better area for our city, and hopefully it will help the drainage as well. So just wanted to thank Councilperson Jerry Dishman for his help and assistance on that. And in addition to that, I will also say be aware there's some new utility and road construction going on South Madison. So be aware that one lane is kind of tied up down there as we continue to see road work going on. So just be aware of that. And now I want to move on to something that I think is pretty exciting. It has to do with Muncie Community Schools. Last night, Muncie Community Schools held their Muncie Central High School 2025 undergraduate award ceremony, and I just have some numbers I want to share with you. So there were 126 freshmen that received awards, 96.
I just want to tell anybody that's watching, I don't know, maybe someone will watch in the future, maybe they'll never watch, but if there's somebody out there that's ever watching, that's the reason that those pictures of Adam got leaked. I'm just letting you know, one of the most favorite fans of those pictures of Adam cooking breakfast, shirtless, in the shower, shirtless, and living life high on the hog. There's no bigger fan of those pictures than Timing Issues. Timing Issues, I've heard, and I don't know how it's coming, but I've heard Timing Issues actually went and had those pictures enlarged and put on his ceiling, like painting the whole layer of the ceiling, and he or she's wallpapered the house with them, and that Timing Issues loves those pictures. So if there's anybody in here that's watching this, that's the cause of those pictures being leaked. I'm just letting you know you have made one person's life so happy. 20 by 20 going on.
Sophomores and 110 juniors that received awards. The seniors, by the way, are tonight.
I
but
want
these are
one of
awards.
these Muncie pins. I've got this I've got my Muncie employee pin. This it's City of Muncie seal. I've got that. I need my Delaware County one of these. If you're out there and you're part of Delaware County, get me one of these. Ryan Webb, you should have one or a couple or have access to these. Get these to me. But I want one of these bars that Dan's wearing. I want one of these. Get this to me.
Awards for a 3.5 grade point average or above. Many had 4.0 grade point averages and above. They gave awards for the top 20 in each class, also for perfect attendance. They gave outstanding achievements for pre-calculus, calculus, algebra 1 and 2, geometry, advanced English, speech and writing, social studies, and AP awards for language, English, world history, biology, chemistry, Spanish, Japanese, and Latin. And then also I want to mention for the seniors upcoming, I'm aware of some things a little bit, is that over $11 million worth of scholarships. In fact, to be exact, 11,029,383 scholarships are being offered to 125 seniors. That will be coming out today. So my point is, there's a lot of momentum with the Muncie schools. We've seen what's been redone with the finances of the city. We see what's happening with the schools. There's been expansions of some elementary schools as well. And the state last year, the state just announced that last year in the iLearn reading section of the test scores, the state went up 2%. Muncie schools went up 14%. So there's a lot of momentum and success going on at the Muncie Community Schools, and I just wanted to give them kudos. Thank you for all your efforts there with the team, the teachers, the administration, and the students. Muncie Community Schools, Muncie Central High School, great job.
Huzzah.
So that's the update for today, and we'll talk to you next week.
And if for those of you that watched the community update from last week, when it wasn't Mayor Ridenour, and instead it was the communications
this
person.
weekend, so he will definitely be having.
In case you missed it, they put out a flub. What's it called? A one where they screw up a flub reel. And here's your flub reel. This
is not your mayor. This is Amber Green, the Director of Communications for the City of Muncie, and I will be stepping in to do the community update this week. Today is Wednesday, May 21st. The mayor is super busy this week. He is preparing for what is probably one of his favorite weekends of the year. It is the Memorial Day weekend, which brings the Indianapolis 500. Fuck. God.
That's what I want Mayor Ridenour to do. I want to see Mayor Ridenour do that very same thing, because I know he has to have some bloopers. Oh, yes. Stumblefoot, you are 1000% correct. If you only knew. Stumblefoot, I know the mayor has some, and I want to see the mayor's blooper reels. So I am now calling on that. Maybe I need to issue a record request for all of the mayor's bloopers. And some night we'll just play, like, instead of me talking, we'll play like an hour and a half of the mayor's blooper reels over the last couple of years. That ought to be amazing. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for tuning in and listening. We'll be covering more soon. We'll be covering all of these stories as there will be a lot more to cover here, I promise you. There's still a lot to come from all of these stories, including the Board of Works, what's going on with these this crisis center money, what's going on with the fire department money up on Station 6. There's a lot of stuff going on in the city, man, and then everywhere else. So you guys stay tuned. Take care of yourselves. God bless each and every one of you. Before you leave, make sure that you smash that like button. It would be very appreciative, and so would we. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Have a great Thursday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Good night.